Morning, guys. Can you tell I just woke up? It's so cold in here. I've got my jacket on and I've got the heater on. England is cold again. Got myself a massive cup of tea. It's very early. It's 6:34 a.m. I've been up for about half an hour. So when I went to bed last night, still had to deal with some issues concerning the third strike we got, which in the end was a mistake. Um, I'm very relieved. We had a bit of shock yesterday. We were given 7 days notice of shutting down. First time that's ever happened. Um, it's funny because when I first got the message, the initial reaction was, "Oh, I'll have a break, a bit of time off." Yeah, and but then the thoughts go to, "Oh, I miss Team Elvis." I'm with Team Elvis every day, and the daily routine that I've got, which I enjoy, will change. So then the fight comes out. I'm going to have to deal with this. There's a real fighter in me. There always has been. It actually took me quite a few hours to realise that it was a misunderstanding. When I first found out, I got things wrong on certain to do with how the strike was given. The third strike. It was a couple. Believe it or not, it's when I posted it on Facebook. A couple of people noticed something on the strike. I was like, oh, it's not what I thought. So then when I really looked into it, it was a misunderstanding. It was a mistake. But what we did get a third strike. We still do. We still have the third strike, but it's a mistake. So an email needed to be sent to withdraw it, which was already sent, but has been probably lost or not seen, not read, or it hasn't gone through the process. Maybe it's a few weeks behind. Because I find when you're discussing things with the legal team, copyright team, the legal team of YouTube, there's a delay. Yeah, quite a long delay as well. So eventually, once I got my head around it, I thought, right, so we're not shut down. Yeah. So we're not going to be shut down in 7 days, which was a massive relief. And because of you guys, a few of you messaging me, we managed to sort it. So late last night, I discussed it with the person concerned. He's resent at least 3 emails saying it was a mistake, and it will get sorted. So we're here, guys. We're here. Even if we ever do get removed, I'm going to fight for us to stay. Okay, because I want to be on YouTube. Yeah, so I'll fight for that. Yeah, and it has nothing to do with money. I love it when you guys buy me a coffee or become members, yeah, and send me a super thank you. That's a way of saying thank you. I like what you do, but it has never been the reason. I'm here because I want to be here. I defend Elvis because I want to defend Elvis. Yeah, I want to defend Lisa Marie. I want to defend the bloodline. There's a driving force in me. There's a passion that is pushing me to do it. It's almost like I have no choice. That is, some people call it purpose. Some people call it calling. All I know is that there is a push that drives me to do it, and I can't stop it. So we're here to stay, guys, but I want to be on YouTube. So I had a nice, good night's sleep last night. I'm not awake yet. I need about half an hour to wake up. Everyone's asleep. Kids are asleep. Wife's asleep, hopefully. And so I'm going to play Donna Presley's video. She's released another video. Now, this is a real defending video. Remember Donna, I keep saying it, she's the standout defender now. Yeah. She does a lovely Elvis channel, Donna Presley Official, on YouTube, and on she has a lovely Facebook page, Donna Presley Official. And her mum has a beautiful book. Where is it? Here we go. Da-da-da. One Flower While I Live. And it was written by her mother, and it's been updated. Donna Presley. Elvis as I Remembered Him. One Flower While I Live. With Donna Presley. It's been updated. So you just email her to purchase it. So Donna, she really stands by us. Yeah, she really it isn't just, oh, I know Donna. It's much more than that. Because she is with Team Elvis. She's one of us. Of course, on behalf of her own family, the Presleys, her cousin Elvis. The life she lived. Yeah. So we're very lucky to have her. Yeah. So Donna is, to me, is the queen of Team Elvis, the queen of defending Elvis, the queen, in my mind, the queen of Graceland. That's how I see Donna, and I hope one day she's invited there, because that's what she deserves. Donna deserves to be invited to Graceland. She really does. The kind of backlash she gets is uncalled for. It's very unfair. You'll never change who she is. The blood relative of Elvis, the first cousin of Elvis Presley. She's very proud of all her family, especially her mum, Nash. So guys, this is a defending video released by Donna Presley last night. Now it discusses the wrongdoing of the people around Elvis, the Memphis Mafia. The title here, it says Elvis and the Memphis Mafia, loyalty, jealousy, betrayal. And he saw it all. So I'm guessing that title suggests Elvis was fully aware of the good and the bad of the people around him. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and name people. I'll say the words Memphis Mafia. Going forward with family members, I'm trying to keep it calmer. I'm trying to be understanding, trying to be respectful. I'm trying to, as our new name suggests, we are now defending Elvis with a forgiving heart. So, yes, we're upset of the wrongdoing. We're very upset with the wrongdoing of the books, the biographies, the documentaries. These are human beings. Humans make mistakes. We're trying to understand why. Why? Yeah. So when we play this video, we're upset as fans, that especially if we are defenders of Elvis, we're upset with the wrongdoing of people that were closest to Elvis. Of course, that includes Priscilla Presley. Yeah. So we play this video. Donna stands up proudly to defend her family. Yeah. And to defend Elvis. And we have a defending Elvis head on. So when I do the review, I will be discussing things from that point of view, but I now do it with a forgiving heart. So, even though we forgive and we are understanding, it happened. So we want to try and understand it. It's like, why did it happen? What happened? What were the pressures? Imagine being offered a lot of money to do stuff, but not just that. Within the groups that were close to Elvis, there was a lot of squabbling. Yeah, there was maneuvering to be the most important. Yeah, and I think Donna explains it beautifully here. So 100% it shouldn't have happened, but we can also try and work out why it happened. Yeah. So my views on defending haven't changed. Yeah, I haven't changed any of my views. I'm just being calmer, no drama, and I'm not reacting to people. So if people say things about me, you won't see me reacting now. You'll just see, well, most of the time I'll ignore it. Or if it gets very serious, I pass it to YouTube. Now YouTube is my defender. So instead of Louis defending Louis, you're going to notice it will be YouTube defending Louis. Yeah, that's the new way we're going to do this, so that we're not arguing with people. Here goes, guys.
The Memphis Mafia was a world of sharp contrasts. Some of the men around Elvis Presley would have taken a bullet for him. Others betrayed him, and most lived in a relentless struggle for position, each trying to edge closer than the next. Elvis knew it, the family knew it. In this program, Donna Presley steps back into that circle to show the pressures, the rivalries, and the undercurrents that shaped the men around him.
Hello everyone, I'm Donna Presley, and I'd like to welcome you to the Donna Presley official YouTube site.
I'll tell you what, she always looked amazing. Look at her. She's a classy woman, isn't she? Look at her. And that beautiful smile. Honestly, right? She seems so happy at the moment, Donna Presley.
Much has been said about those who presented themselves as Elvis's closest companions, but very little aligns with what the family observed firsthand. Within the world that surrounded Elvis Presley, few things were more complicated than his relationship with the men the public came to know as the Memphis Mafia. To outsiders, they seemed like loyal friends and protectors. But those of us in the family saw something quite different.
So, how can we talk about the Memphis Mafia? So, I do think we should do discussions on the Memphis Mafia. Not just Billy Smith, not just the Stanleys, yeah, Ricky and Dave. Lamar Fike, Marty Lacker, Red West, Sonny West, Dave Hepler, yeah, and others. Al Strada seems to be one that was very loyal. I think we will do topics on each one of them. You'll find many videos, interviews of all of them, most of them, praising Elvis. But at the same time, they say things I wish they didn't. I wish they'd kept to themselves. I wish that were kept private. But we also have to understand these people were being offered massive amounts of money. These people had bills to pay, families to feed, Obviously, once Elvis passed, the income, the wages stopped. They had to fend for themselves, find work. Some of them already had work. You have to sort of put yourself back in 1977. Suddenly Elvis, who is, come on, let's face it, for many of them was the cash cow, was gone. Yeah. Obviously, by that point, some had lost their jobs, like Red West, Sonny West, Dave Hebler, yeah, and others. But this is our dilemma here, guys. We're upset with things that have happened. But we have to try and put ourselves in their shoes. Go, right, okay, what would we have done? Would we have done books, biographies, documentaries, tabloids, magazines, news articles, interviews for money? Would we have done it? Or would we have been very loyal and true? What pressures are thrown at us? Being offered large amounts of money, even having some fame. Because let's face it, being one of the Memphis Mafia, you were famous. You felt famous. So there's a certain sense of that as well, being in the pizzazz world of celebrity. Yeah, that's another pressure. Most people would love to be famous, wouldn't they? I know that the Memphis Mafia were very proud to have been Elvis's close bodyguards, friends, living every day with Elvis, being with Elvis very closely, regularly. They were very proud of it. But there was infighting, there was disagreements. So what do you think, guys? Put it in the comments. Who do you think were the most loyal of Elvis's Memphis Mafia bodyguards? Charlie Hodges a standout for me. Yeah, that people always bring up. Put it in the comments. Who do you think were the most loyal of the Memphis Mafia? The people that were around Elvis through the 50s, 60s, 70s. Yeah, let me know, guys.
Most of them were caught up in the power and the glamour that surrounded Elvis. They,
That is my point. Being there, being with Elvis, you know, they were photographed together, they traveled together, they were on tour together, they were at the movie sets together. Yeah, that's the point.
began to believe in their own importance.
I see that. I get that. That they would even dress differently, wouldn't they? Once they eventually became known as the Memphis Mafia, I think, as she says, their own importance kicked in.
You could see it in their posture and how they talked, and even how they sat around the house.
So she says you can see it in their posture, how they talked, how they sat around the house. Don't forget, Donna was there. Yeah. But I tell you what, you know, trying to be fair, if I was sat around the house with Elvis in the Memphis Mafia suit on, and there was there was only a small number of us. Is it 5, 6, 7 people? I would have felt important. I would have felt great. I would have felt lucky. Yeah. So I could completely understand how Donna noticed it. Yeah. Let's keep going.
Of course, there were a few genuine ones, but many carried an arrogance that did not belong there.
So I'd love to know which ones. In fact, I will ask Donna who were the genuine ones. To me, the simple way to find out who was the most loyal, yeah, is who did nothing that made Elvis look bad. Who did nothing that made Elvis look bad? That answers your question. I could even be talking about girlfriends, yeah, and Margaret, yeah, people like that. Then that sort of. But then we also have to kick in. These people were offered silly amounts of money as well. Money, come on, guys, it's the root of all evil. So
I remember one day in the den, they were all showing off, talking loud, playing the big men. Then Elvis walked in and said, "Anyone got a light?" Suddenly, every one of them jumped to attention. A dozen lighters flicked open like fireflies. In that instance, I thought, now, who's the real king of the castle? There was also a lot of jealousy within that circle. Who had spent the most time with Elvis? Who got the bigger gift? Who was seen as more by his side more often? That competitiveness created a tension that most people never saw.
yeah, again, put yourselves back there. There's 6, 7, 8 of you hanging around. Yeah, looking after the king, looking after Elvis. So there's going to be rivalry. It's going to be exactly how she describes it. Who mattered most to Elvis? Who was with Elvis the most? Who did Elvis love the most? Who did Elvis give the most attention to? Who did Elvis invite upstairs? I get it.
For some, that jealousy grew into something even more invasive, an obsession with proving intimacy. Over time, it became a performance of proximity, within individuals recounting every private detail they could recall to justify their importance in Elvis's life. Nothing seemed off limits. What Elvis ate, when he slept, his habits, even his most personal moments, down to when he went inside the mansion.
Now that, I'm going to have to replay that bit because it's too important. But this is my problem. This is our struggle. Yeah. The word betrayal, disloyal. This is our struggle because even I find it awkward to talk about because we get drama, we get backlash, but I can't just ignore it. I'm not going to act like it never happened. This many, many thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of Elvis fans are upset with what went on in the last 40 years, not just from Memphis Mafia, but also from Priscilla. and so they should be. Yeah. Priscilla even now is running around the world with this book that I Softly as I Leave You, that, as a fan, there's things in that book that I don't agree with. There's things that have been put in the book that I have my doubts about. Yeah. So we, as Elvis defenders, with this channel called Defending Elvis, we want to pick out the things in the book Softly as I Leave You. And we want to dispute some of the things. Our opinion is that many of the things in that book are not facts. It's just an opinion. This is a discussion YouTube channel. This whole show is for entertainment purposes. But we're upset with many things in the book, Priscilla's book. We're also upset with many things being said in interviews concerning Elvis, concerning Lisa Marie, even Michael Jackson, even Ginger Alden. We don't think it's right. And many of us feel that some of the things being said may not be true, allegedly, just an opinion. So this little point that Donna makes is important because we try to work out what happened, why were such close personal things being shared by people that loved Elvis, the people that were related to him, people that grew up with him, yeah? Someone who was married to him, yeah? Was there a need for it? Could they have done things differently? Could they have just wrote beautiful stories of being around Elvis, being close to Elvis, and still made money and still had fame and fortune? Why was there a need to do the trashy type stuff, the National Enquirer type topics? Yeah. And this is our problem. Yeah. So you've got people that just want to leave it be, let it go, act like it never happened, bury it in the past, sweep it under the rug. We can't do that. We can't do that. We have to say it shouldn't have happened. But at the same time, I don't want to upset people and argue with them. Yeah. So we have to try and understand it. Maybe one day they will help us understand it. To the people that let Elvis down, that loved Elvis, help us understand. That is my how I reach out to these people and just say, help us understand why was there a need to do it? We come from love for Elvis, yeah, to clear his name so that people see Elvis in the true light, which Donna will go on to say now. So there's so much more to Elvis than the few negative things that are said about him, and also sharing his private details that he would never have wanted shared. There's so much more to Elvis than that, than his love life, his sex life, his habits, his prescription medication, his problems with his health that caused him to need so much prescription medication. There's so much more to Elvis, isn't there? And these people all could have made money in a completely different way. So I'm not going to name people. I'm not pointing the finger. I'm just trying to understand it. Okay, guys?
It became a performance of proximity within individuals, recounting every private detail they could recall to justify their importance in Elvis's life. Nothing seemed off limits. What Elvis...
That's big words. Nothing seemed off limits. Don't forget, we're hearing this from Elvis's first cousin. It's not Louis in his kitchen defending Elvis, who I adore Elvis, yeah, and Lisa Marie. It's Donna Presley, yeah. No matter what her last name used to be, she's a Presley. She has Presley blood in her veins. She's Elvis's cousin. You'll never change that. You never change who she is, no matter how people try to dig up her past. She lived there. She lived at Circle G Ranch as well as Graceland. She grew up around Graceland. So did her parents. So did her children. So when she says it, it carries weight. When Louis says it, it's a fan. Well, when hundreds of thousands of fans say it, it carries weight. But when Donna Presley says it, she was there. It's coming from the horse's mouth. She witnessed many of the things probably all of the things she discusses now, she saw with her own eyes. So you have to take it seriously. Yeah, this is why I call her the #1 defender. Let's keep going.
Ate, when he slept, his habits, even his most personal moments, down to when he went inside the mansion. These fragments were offered by an evidence of closeness, as if the sharing of private minutes could confer credibility or authority. This exposes something deeper about the culture that surrounded him.
So, I mean, Donna, her wording is, she is eloquent, isn't she? She's like very careful. She clearly says what she wants to say. She says it beautifully, but there is so much meaning in every word she uses. A very, very smart lady, Donna Presley. Karen helps her as well. Remember, we love Karen. Karen is important in the defending of Elvis and Lisa. Remember, many of these things that happened in front of Lisa Marie while she was alive for decades, for over 40 years. So we have to bear that in mind. Let's keep going.
A blurring of loyalty and exploitation. The measure of connection was reduced to access, not understanding. What should have been sacred became currency. And when people later...
I'm sorry I keep stopping, but I have to, guys. Obviously, we're doing a reaction video, but it became currency. So this is what I think. When I look back on it all, and I've done loads of research, and loads of people are helping me with research, it was a currency. The trashier, the better. The trashier, the bigger amount of money being offered to these people to do the different things, books, documents, biographies, tabloids. It's hard to say no, guys. In the 1970s, 1980s, 1990s, someone comes up to you, offers you a massive amount of money, bloody hard to say no. Yeah. It's not an excuse, but how many people, if they are, especially if they're in need of money, yeah, because come on, guys, it's easy money, isn't it? It's easy money. People offer you 50 grand to tell a story. Get it? This is what we're trying to understand. Temptation can be a very cruel thing. It can make us do things that we would never do. Yeah. Money. Let's keep going, guys.
wonder, why did Elvis not include more names in his will? I put it to you that he knew precisely why. He understood human nature far too well.
So she brings up the will. Doesn't it speak volumes? Doesn't it speak volumes? The will. Who was left? Who was left? We've discussed things with Ginger. She has told me personally. She remembers witnessing the will, signing the will. She said she did read it over before she signed it. But then we've got another version of the will coming from family members. We will discuss it. It is going to be a topic we bring up, but we'll bring it up in a respectful way. They think, other family members say that there was additions to the will where others were allegedly included that have been left out. So I think we deserve, that topic is so serious, and because we're a Defending Elvis channel, we do have to discuss it. Yeah, but we will do it in a kind way. Yeah. So that's to come. We'll try and be understanding how we do it with no drama, just like what Donna's doing now. She's making her point clear. She brings up the will, a very serious thing, with no drama. And this is what we're trying to do, guys.
He had already witnessed how quickly private moments could be sold, distorted, or even turned into stories for profit.
So I think, let me just get the book out. So I think she's referring to this book because she says, we've already witnessed, private moments sold, currency. Now I have strong views about this book. I know that this book also has many stories in it that are very nice. Guys, if you've read it, this book isn't all bad. There's some beautiful stories in this book, but certain parts of this book were massively sensationalized to increase the sale of this book. The people that were part of that book, like obviously we've got Red West, Sonny West, Dave Hebler. Dave Hebler still discusses the book. I think he still signs the book when he does his shows. Yeah. Now, you guys, you know my feelings. Yeah, with Dave Hebler, I have always said I would love him to apologise for that book. It does seem when you look back through history that Red West and Sonny West always regretted being involved in that book. They feel they were taken advantage of by the Steve Dunleavy, by the publishers. That many of the things that the book was supposed to be more about the good stuff, the good times they spent with Elvis. Instead, the publishers push the narrative of the negative stuff. I'm not convinced. They also try to say that it was done to help him. Yeah, to try, because obviously Elvis, 100% Elvis had a serious problem with prescription medication. Of course he did. You can see just by looking at him. But we have to remember how sick he was. You know, how unwell he was. Elvis truly was sick. Truly, truly, truly. Yeah. In fact, someone sent me a really good email the other day, actually. I posted it on our Facebook. We have a Facebook page called Defending Elvis Presley. It's got a chat on it. Please join the chat. And it explained Elvis's different health problems. Yeah. I need to go through that, actually. So, you get it, guys, that, you know, I have there's 100% I've had disagreement with people concerning Dave Hebler. I am strongly opinionated that the people that, in my mind, let Elvis down, shouldn't be given money and admired when they made such serious mistakes, especially if they haven't apologized, especially if they haven't shown regret. Yeah. I've never seen Dave Hebler show regret. I'm not so sure about Red West, Sonny West. I have a feeling that they may have done, but that secretly recorded phone call by Red West, it shouldn't have happened. It shows off how amazing Elvis was, how forgiving, caring, and loving Elvis was. That's one thing that stands out in that phone call. Please go and watch it on YouTube. It's a very long phone call. Dave Hebler was sat with Red West when that phone call was being secretly recorded. I get the feeling they were trying to catch Elvis out. I honestly do. Yeah. I don't know that. You know, everything I say is alleged for entertainment purposes, not fact, just opinion sharing YouTube discussion channel. Yeah, nothing we say in any of our shows is fact. But my opinion, they were trying to catch Elvis out, trying to see if he would say something that tripped him up. That's how I feel. And Dave Hebler was sat with Red West. Just an opinion. So she's mentioning the book that Elvis knew about. He was given, allegedly, he'd already read it. He knew that three of his closest friends, you know, Red and Sonny he was very close with. Not so sure about Dave Hebler. I find that Dave Hebler just makes excuses for what he did, and doesn't face the truth that actually he let down a good friend that was really good to him, and he did it for money, did it for fame. Did he do it to help him? I ain't convinced. Do I think the publishers exaggerated? Yes, I do. Do I think the publishers and Steve Dunleavy took advantage of those three guys and created a very different book than they were expecting? I think, yeah, because they wanted to sell the book. But the first step was the mistake. The first step was, let's do the book. Let's do it. At some point, the three guys would have gone, let's do this. They were put in a hotel for, I think, 30 days, all expenses paid, to create this book, Elvis, What Happened. Yeah? And we don't know how much of that book is true. We don't, do we? Yeah? It's their version, three guys who are upset, bitter. They've admitted they were bitter. I would say angry, resentful, creating a book for money. They felt that their income had been dried up because they'd lost their jobs. They felt that they were sacked unfairly and with almost no notice. So we get it, guys. So I've never thought that book was done to help Elvis. Never, not for a second. And I don't agree with people's opinions. If people hold up this book and say, this is Elvis' truth, this is, I don't agree. I just don't agree. Yeah, that should never have happened. That shouldn't be a chapter in Elvis's history. And I'm entitled to have different opinions than people. There's no hate here. I'm not angry at people. I don't want to argue with people, but it is how I feel. And I could hold up other books. I feel the same way. I think Elvis deserved better. Honestly, I feel Elvis deserved more loyalty than what he got from the people he was so good to, really good to, who he gave them the most magnificent lives, celebrity lifestyles. They lived in a world that you could only dream of. And look how he was repaid. But at the same time, I also understand the temptation. Elvis is not here anymore. They're being offered large amounts of money, even fame. Get it? It's a real dilemma, because I know that these people also loved Elvis. It's a real dilemma. So I think that's as respectfully as I can put it, just like Donna Presley is putting it now.
By limiting his estate to those he could trust implicitly, he was protecting both his legacy and his truth. He foresaw that the very individuals who claimed to love him most would one day trade that claim for money. Sadly, history proved him right. Uncle Vernon saw through it. That's why he was never popular with the so-called boys. He could spot the pretenders a mile away. He knew many of them were not there out of friendship, but out of what they could gain. Elvis himself was never blind to it. He often tested people, setting up little moments to see how they could react.
So I'm just letting Donna's assistant Karen know that we're doing this show, and I'm going to upload it to her. Okay? Let's keep going.
He once told us, Daddy's right. Most of them are using me, but I'm using them too in my own way.
See, most of them are using me, but I'm using them in my own way. But come on, guys. They work for him. They work for him. They were, the life they lived being around Elvis. It's a win-win situation, yeah?
It was not equal, though. Elvis gave more than anyone could ever return.
All of them were given extremely valuable items, lived an extremely amazing life just because they were around Elvis.
But he understood exactly how fame worked, and that's why he wanted his family close. Grandma, Aunt Delta, my mom, always treated him exactly as they had before he was famous. No star.
And Donna has told me, so has Karen, this meant everything to Elvis. Being close to the people that were true to him, that treated him like he was Elvis, the human being, the relative, blood relative, cousin. Get it? That meant everything. The people that loved Elvis before fame, before fortune, before Gracelands. Elvis loved being with these people. Aunt Nash, Aunt Delta, Minnie May. Get it? This is why he loved Billy so much, Billy Smith, because Elvis was there at the start, yeah? So, including Donna. Donna was one of them, was one of his. He called her Donnie. He loved it. Elvis truly loved Donnie.
Star treatment, no pedestal. They kept him grounded, and he wanted it that way. That was part of his plan from the very beginning, to keep truth and humility surrounding him. When the world wanted to turn him into something else, there were a few good men. Charlie.
So I wanted to, when the world wanted to turn him into something else, this is the problem. This is the problem we have with all the people that let Elvis down in the books, biographies, documentaries, tabloids, magazine, interviews, you name it, VHS videotapes through the late 70s, 80s and 90s. They turned Elvis into something he wasn't. They focused on small things, you know, the fact he liked the ladies, the fact he had a problem with prescription medication, his eating habits, stuff like that. That seemed to take, how can I say it? The new image of Elvis was that, the negative stuff. A ball of rubbish, a ball of bullshit. The true Elvis was being forgotten. And of course, people keep saying it to me. We'll never change just how amazing the music was. His iconic image, very beautiful man, very sexy man, charming, lovely man. Yeah. But the negative image, for me, has done serious damage Elvis's reputation. Serious damage. This is why we're here defending Elvis, because we're trying to get things back, pull back, get things to the truth. This is what Donna's trying to do. Get the world to see the true Elvis. The majority of Elvis's life. Don't forget, he died at 42. He didn't start looking unwell till he was about 40. That part of Elvis. Also making people understand that Elvis's problems with prescription medications were forced with his bad health. This is a good book. See this book here, The Strange Medical Saga of Elvis Presley. It tries to explain why Elvis was so unwell. Even Sally Hoddle's book, Destined to Die Young, it tries to explain why Elvis did need his medication. Yeah? So we want the world to see the true Elvis, the real Elvis, not this fake caricature of him that was enhanced by the negative books that were created and documentaries, biographies, interviews by the people that were closest to Elvis. We're trying to clear that out of the way. I don't want to have a go at people and tell them off. And I'd love to see these people say sorry and show regret, but I want to keep it friendly because some of them are Elvis's family. I don't want to argue with Elvis's family. I want to show respect for Elvis's family. So I'm in a real dilemma because I want to also defend Elvis's bloodline, all of them. It's very awkward for me. So somehow we're going to try and find a middle ground with these people so that there's no drama. So I haven't worked out how yet. So Donna's doing a brilliant job of it here. She's not calling, there's no name calling. She doesn't bring up, mentioning an actual name. It's very obvious what she's saying. But the core of what Donna's doing is she's defending her family. She's defending the Presleys. She's defending her cousin Elvis. Yeah. So very proudly as well.
There were a few good men. Charlie Hodge, Al Strada stand out, and a couple of others. They did not act superior or compete for attention. They were loyal and genuine.
You see, I know that Donna knows Al Strada. So Charlie Hodge, of course. Yeah, Elvis's favourite, some say. Elvis trusted Charlie Hodge. And these people stand out as a shining beacon of loyalty. Yeah. Of true friendship. Yeah. People that held their dignity. People that didn't affect Elvis's dignity. Like obviously Lisa Marie. Elvis, her father's dignity meant everything to him. She felt that the people that let him down took that away. She says it in interviews. She even, there's a couple of interviews when she's very extreme. She says, I hope they rot in hell. This is how upset Lisa was because it was all unfolding in front of her for 40 odd years. So it's awkward, guys. How do we discuss it without upsetting people? I don't know. I'm still trying to find the way. I think Donna Presley is getting as close to it as you can in the way of we must discuss these things to defend Elvis, to try and clear things up so the future generations of Elvis fans, the new fans coming in, can realise that all of the trash from the past, a lot of it, in my opinion, just wasn't true and didn't need to be brought up. And a lot of it, even if it was true, should have been kept private. So it's awkward, guys, but we are Elvis defenders. We must carry on in that way. Of course, we're still going to tell the nice, sweet stories We're still going to tell the positive stories. Yeah. We're trying to mix it up now. So it's not all defending, but we must still be defenders.
Elvis was a deeply complex man, and that complexity extended to every relationship in his life, whether with men or with women. He was so multifaceted, so spiritually aware, and creatively alive that no single friend, companion, or confidant could ever encompass who he truly was. His mind worked on several planes at once: emotional, intellectual, artistic, and spiritual. And those who surrounded him.
He really was a very, very smart man, very deep, a real searcher. Yeah. Christian man, a spiritual man, very intellectual. Yeah. A real thinker, Elvis was.
Often could only grasp a fragment of that depth. To understand Elvis is to recognize that the same qualities that made him extraordinary also set him apart. He lived in a realm few could fully reach. So when people who call those others the man who knew Elvis best, I can only shake my head. Elvis showed them what he wanted them to see. The real truth, the man, not the myth, was something he kept for family, for those who loved him with.
Donna has told me Elvis would sit with Minnie May and for hours and hours and hours. Aunt Nash, Elvis and Aunt Nash were very close. Elvis helped her with her church in many ways. Even Aunt Delta was very special to Elvis. Get it, guys? The Presleys, the people that Elvis felt most comfortable with. Of course, the Smiths as well. I'm not trying to diss the Smiths. They're both equally important. I know how important Billy Smith was to Elvis. Yeah, extremely important. So, get it, guys?
Without condition. It is deeply concerning that what has been told in books and interviews has come to be accepted as the official history of Elvis Presley.
Wow, I have watched this, but I don't remember her saying that bit. Yes, guys, yes. Do I have to hold the books up? The negative stuff, the twisted, exaggerated stuff has become fact, has become part of Elvis' history. That's no good. That's no good because a lot of it isn't. Yeah, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes, just an opinion sharing discussion YouTube channel. But this is what we fight against. We basically hold up the books in honor of defending Elvis and trying to set things right, put wrongs to right. This is our job at defending Elvis. This is what Donna's trying to do. And we stand side by side proudly to do it. We have to find a way forward to do it without being shut down. This is our problem. Yesterday, we were nearly shut down. Yeah, we've been nearly shut down many times. So we must find a new way forward, which is part of the reason we've changed our name to Elvis Presley with a Forgiving Heart. Defending Elvis Presley with a Forgiving Heart.
Much of it reflects personal interpretation, selective memory, or the distortion of.
Sorry, the dog's just come in.
Time. Yet it has shaped. Much of it reflects personal interpretation, selective memory, or the distortion of time. Yet it has shaped public understanding for generations.
Which is so sad.
This does a disservice not only to the younger generation, who deserve to learn the truth.
Oh my God, this is good. This is good. But the new fans coming in, they love Elvis. They love the music, how he looked, his sexiness, his appeal. Yeah, everything about Elvis is just amazing. They need to know the true core of the man as well, his heart, his spirit, his essence, his goodness, his Christian beliefs, just the kind of person he was, the way he wanted to help everyone, the way he literally gave away his fortune. Money was irrelevant to Elvis. It was a tool to use to help. Elvis felt there was purpose. It was a God-given gift to share. Elvis felt that he could make a difference to the world. So we're part of this process. Donna Presley is changing history because she is Elvis's first cousin. This will go on and on. Yeah, this will be remembered long after Donna's gone, after I'm gone. The first cousin of Elvis, speaking truth, trying to set the reputation correct, to correct the reputation, image, to put things right. This is what Donna's doing, and it'll be remembered in history forever. We are literally changing history, doing what's happening here. And it's because of Donna.
But also to Elvis himself, whose legacy deserves honesty, balance, and content. My intention is to restore that balance.
She's doing it. She's doing it, guys. Go to her YouTube channel, Donna Presley Official. She's amazing. She is a standout defender of Elvis, her family, and the Presleys.
To bring his story back to a place of fairness and factual integrity.
Wow. I love that. To bring history back. Wow. This is mind-blowing. Honestly, guys. History in the making. This was only released in the middle of the night whilst I was asleep. This got sent to me. I'm so lucky and fortunate and grateful to be part of this process. Just as a fan, but working alongside Elvis's first cousin.
Where the man and the myth can finally be seen in the correct proportion. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for listening. And until next time, God bless.
Donna.
Thank you for joining us. If this program brought you closer to the real story, subscribe and follow Donna as she continues to speak with the clarity only a Presley can offer.
So 100% subscribe to her YouTube channel, Donna Presley Official, which you will love. She is over 15,000 subscribers now. She's done that in a matter of months. I think 3 months. Millions of views. Yeah. Massive support for Donna. Massive support for Donna. People want to know the truth. People want to hear a family of Elvis, a family member of Elvis defend him. Yeah. I'm so proud of Donna making history. I'm so proud to be part of what Donna does. We must remember Karen is pivotal in this. Yeah. I actually think a lot of these things wouldn't even be happening if it wasn't for Karen. I'm so glad that Karen, who I now call a friend, Donna's friend and manager, reached out to me and wanted me to be part of this. I'm honoured. We must still defend. I do think we're still in a position at the moment. We are in a vulnerable position, guys. We could shut at any moment. There's still many people trying to shut us down. But we have to do this. We have to. But we must do it in a respectful way where we don't fall out with people. And I'm letting YouTube have the arguments now. YouTube are going to have the arguments with the people that are attacking us. Yeah. Anyone talking about us and being derogatory or slanderous, or if there's any defamation towards me, say, and towards Donna, yeah, YouTube are going to be dealing with it. Yeah. So let's just get on. Leave us to have our own opinions. It's okay that we at Defending Elvis have different opinions than other Elvis fans. There's many Elvis fans that think Elvis doesn't need defending. I don't agree with you, but you're entitled to feel that way. There's many Elvis fans that want the past left under the rug, like it never happened. I can't be that person. It's up to you. If you want to be the person that ignores the past, that's, of course, you're right as a human being, as an Elvis fan. There's different kinds of Elvis fans. You don't have to be like me, like Donna, like Team Elvis. Remember, Team Elvis are very important in this. Yeah. Defenders of Elvis coming together around the world, to stand up for the man they love, to stand up for Lisa Marie, to clear Elvis's image and reputation, to set wrongs to rights. So we've got a job to do, guys. I just hope that the people trying to shut us down just back off and leave us alone. If we ever do get shut down, which is very possible, I will fight tooth and nail to get us back on as quick as possible. Yeah, with YouTube, with YouTube legal department. Anybody causing problems for me, for Donna, will be dealing with the legal department of YouTube. Yeah, so we have the right to be Elvis defenders. Donna has the right to defend her family, and we will. Yesterday was a bloody tough day for all of us at Team Elvis, but look how great things can be. Elaine walks up to Elvis's grave and talks about Team Elvis. Louis, the Elvis fan. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that fantastic? Already people are writing our name, Team Elvis, on the wall of Graceland. We've got Donna Presley with us now. Get it? We're even talking sometimes to Ginger Alden every now and then. She'll answer a question I ask directly to me from the horse's mouth, someone who was with Elvis for the last 9 months. But Donna is the standout defender, here, that is really helping us achieve our dream, to show the world the true Elvis, the true man, the true Elvis's true heart, his essence. Okay, guys, I can hear the kids are waking up. I've enjoyed this morning chat, and there's more defending to come, but we're also going to be doing just normal topics, Elvis topics, and we will be uploading replays. At the moment, I'm trying to upload 2 or 3 replays a day. As we open up the channel, we had to close down big parts of the channel to survive from attacks of being shut down, people trying to give us YouTube strikes. So we had to close down a big part of the channel, and we're gradually opening it back up. Okay, love you guys. Defending Elvis, Elvis Presley fans that defend Elvis, be proud of yourselves. Team Elvis, be proud of yourselves. We're still here. We're still here. We haven't gone anywhere yet. Take care. And Donna, I'm so proud of you. This was fantastic, as usual. And you always look stunning and beautiful with that amazing smile that you have. I can tell you're loving it in Sweden. Yeah. Take care. Love you. All the best. See you later, guys.